Oh yeah, episode 77. Here we go. Let's do it. Cheers, everybody. Come on in. We're live. All right. Awesome. Let's do it. Moving it over to vinyl. Let's have some Mozart action right now. What's up, everybody? Cardone here. Episode 77. We got a big crowd in here already. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Let me know if you can hear me. Because we have a special guest tonight. And like you know, when I do special guests, Zoom is a pain in the butt. So come on in, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. And we got a great group. I got William, Corey, Dan. There's a whole bunch of people in here. My mama is in here. What's up, mama? Dan, Ashworth, Corey, come on in. Amanda's in here. Amanda, what's up? Yeah. Awesome. Let me turn this down. Cool. Let's check over here. I'm checking now multiple sources. Yeah. This is great. Cool. Sound and video is 5x5 here. What does that mean? I'm so bad with... Oh, good. Okay. I love it. So, I'm going to bring our guest in very quick. I don't want to screw around tonight because right now, it is summer season in Rockaway Beach. I am in party mode, and there's a giant party on my porch, and the weather's nice. So, I'm going to bounce out of here at 9, but we have an awesome guest tonight. So, if you're here to sit back and enjoy some awesome storytelling and learn some stuff about showbiz, you are in the right spot. This is Evening Hour Live. I'm Cardone, and this is episode 77, and I thank you all for being here. If you're new to the channel, hit that silly subscribe button and the notify and all that jazz. Wow. So, what else did I have to say before we did this? Oh, upcoming shows. This Thursday, I'm at Wits End, doing my burlesque show that's weekly. Oh, cool, 100%. Thank you, William. Next Thursday is the bikini contest, and when I say bikini contest, it's a $1,000 prize. Men and women, same category. I think Grandma or Grandpa has a chance at winning in this one. So that's going to be wild. And then this Sunday, if you're coming to New York City and you're looking for something to do on a Sunday night, I'll be performing at the Slipper Room. What else? Okay, let's get into this. Let me message my RealMan here. Let's see. I'm going to ask him if he's ready via text. And I just wanted to give a little bit of a backstory of how I know our guest. And our guest today is Adam RealMan. He is, I don't even know how to describe, yes, Amanda, it's a good, $1,000 ain't no joke for a bikini contest. I don't know how, where I first met Adam. I'm pretty sure it was at Coney Island. It's either at Coney Island or at a punk rock thing. We'll find out. I didn't even ask him when we did our sound check. There you go, Dan. Dan, you have just as good a chance. I have to tell everybody entering the bikini contest, we're going to be picking somebody who goes for it. That's it. Who goes for it the most. That's all. So, You can be any body shape, size, gender. I don't care. I want someone who walks on that stage and owns it. So you could win. So I'm going to put my headphones in here like this. And I'm going to go like this. And let me see here. Let me see. RealMan, can you hear me? You can hear me maybe. Now, the audience can't hear you yet. Cool. All right, so he's in my ear. Now, Adam, let me ask you, did you hear anything I said before this or no? Oh, good. Okay, cool. Good. You didn't hear me talking bad about... No, I'm good. So, audience, he's in my ear right now. He's ready. I'm going to bring him out soon. I could do this long-winded intro of all the great things you do, but we're going to just talk about him live. Ladies and gentlemen, any questions tonight? This is an interactive show. So, as you know, when you're watching an interactive show like this, chime in, ask questions. He's not going to be able to see the questions. I will, and I'll read them off. And we have with us tonight somebody who I call master of the sideshow, or I'll just say a master showman. How's that, Adam?
Works for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, where's my damn Zoom, Adam RealMan.
Hey, look at this.
All right, now let me just check here. Ladies and gentlemen watching, let me know if you can hear him and see him nice and clear. I think you should.
All right,
be able to.
I'll keep talking. Make sure you can hear me. Make sure you can see me.
This is a medium that I'm still learning how to juggle.
Well, unfortunately, we've got to work on our video skills now because, I mean, now things are opening up. We had to work on our video skills.
Yeah.
Now, I think we're a little bit better as the world is opening up a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you learned a bunch of stuff this year, right?
I didn't do a goddamn thing this year.
I love it. All right, hold on. All right. They say they can hear you, so we're good. Let's roll. What did you do this year? So before we get into your year, people are like, who the heck is this gentleman? And I need to fill them in on this a bit, okay? So where did we meet, first of all? Because I don't know.
I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely saw you at the Sideshow convention when you were working with Albert.
Yes, that's right.
That was but I had seen you with Toilet Boys.
Right, you saw Toilet Boys and we knew each other from just the scene.
Just the scene, exactly, from the scene. And
because we share a couple scenes where the Sideshow variety and the punk rock New York scene.
Right.
Full on.
Right. I mean, I was, you were on stage. I was on the other. I was just watching. And
all right, you're already getting comments on your T-shirt and your vinyl collection. There's about 20 people in here already. Yeah, they're like drooling over those. Oh, I see a Dylan too in the back.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Dylan. Bob is watching over us now.
Do you have your yarmulke collection handy?
Not handy, but it's within somewhat reach if I needed it. So,
all right, so if I had to say, if someone says, "What do you do?" I would say you're the master of sideshow. You can perform all the sideshow acts very well, I might add. You do magic, you do sideshow, you do strongman. You are a professor of sideshow at Coney Island, USA, which is the top of the line of sideshow. And I mean, what did I miss?
You got it. You're covered. You're good.
That's it. I mean, he. If you say the word sideshow in New York, you're the guy. I mean, if you watch television, you're all over the place making appearances.
Yeah, I think I've become more of a talking head at this point. But
well, that's what happens when you get old, right?
No, but I mean, the truth is, I do all of the feeds. I shouldn't say all, but most of what are called the working acts of the sideshow. So, I'm not a natural born. I don't have, I'm not a self-inflicted performer. I don't have, I'm not I have no tattoos, but, certainly not heavily tattooed, heavily pierced. So I am what's called a working act of a sideshow. And, I do pretty much. Again, I don't do the extreme,
Yeah, but you sword swallow. That's pretty damn extreme.
Yes. But I mean, no, I'm not talking about like skin piercings or hooks or
you're not
nothing.
Bleeding. You don't bleed on stage.
I will not bleed on stage.
Yeah, and I'm glad because I'm not a fan of the blood axe. I'm going to be quite honest. It's a little unsanitary.
I never liked them, and I mean the closest I've ever gotten to that was glass walking, which I really haven't presented on stage. In
I don't think I've ever seen you do that one, actually.
I probably have done it 3 or 4 times in the last 20 years.
Wow. Now,
Is-
when I
you
think
know-
of you, I think of you as a cigarette eater. I think
Yeah.
of you as a sword swallower. And really, the strongman, doing a strongman act to me is not only a stunt, but it's hard to make it interesting. You know,
Well,
like your showmanship is what wins on that one.
You know what it is? I think a lot of this stuff is hard to make it interesting. I mean, you can be a sword swallower, and I mean, I've seen sword swallowers swallow 10 swords in a matter of 3 minutes, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just sword after sword after sword after sword.
I've also seen sword swallowers who don't do anything except swallow the sword once and pull it out. And that's the whole act. I'm not
Right.
kidding.
I've seen that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, my sword act is about 7 minutes, 3 swords, and it's
It's good.
talk. It's
It's good. You learn something. It's entertaining. It's funny. It's an act. You have an act.
It's and see, that's the key. It's an act. Everything needs to be an act.
Now, I'm going to
you know?
say this is what I think you're really good at. The art of talking is something that I've seen you do the most difficult of all, which is the strongman shows that are 3-4 hours long. And this gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, gets on stage and talks for 3 to 4 hours without stopping.
Literally nonstop.
Nonstop talking.
And it's just, it could be a strongman show, it could be a beard show, and in essence they're one and the same. I
Yes.
mean, you know, it's people coming on stage showing whether it's their unique feats of strength or their unique or regular facial hair, but it's a matter of talking and keeping the show going and moving it on and getting this guy on and getting this guy off, and you know, oh
Yeah.
my God, look at how incredible that is, and look at how incredible that is. And
Yeah, you're directing the attention to the everything. You're the director, basically.
it goes non-stop.
Yeah, those are amazing. I mean, we'll get into that in a second. I wanted to talk about the strongman stuff because it's very special. So when I met Adam, everybody watching, I mean, we got along right away. One of the things that we bonded over was the Ramones. And for you and me, there's not many bands that give me goosebumps, make me tear, make me scream. I mean, it's a part of my life to the point of it not being a band anymore. And I think you're one of the few that also fits into that category.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's why I wore my Dee Dee shirt for you. I was like, all right, we're going to go all out.
You know, I was thinking, I figured you were going to wear a Ramones shirt, so I wasn't going to wear a Ramones
I know,
shirt.
yeah. I was like, I mean, really, we share a kindred connection to this band that to me is magic and changed my
And
life.
I mean, it's not just the Ramones. You know, with you and I, we've got, there's a lot of musical overlap.
Right, there
I
is.
mean, a whole lot of musical overlap. But it was certainly the Ramones that, you know, really solidified everything.
Yeah, when we would drive, we would just listen to those live records and just, it's all
Oh,
good.
I mean, we were able to listen to live versions of Surf and Bird.
Oh, yeah.
And-
The middle part. Yeah, so if you're watching this, go listen to Ramon Surf and Bird, and you'll see in the middle, Joey goes off. And
But I mean, but the different bootlegs had different, you know, different vocal effects on it.
yeah.
And, you know, some were real guttural and full of echo and reverb.
Most people would hate listening to this.
No, we could go like a solid hour listening to just
That
live
song.
Surf and Bird.
Yeah, and it's Paul Stanley live.
Oh, Paul Stanley rants were the greatest. I mean,
Yeah.
what did I have? Like an hour and a half of Paul Stanley rants, and we'd be in a car, and it was great. It was you free your mind. It's like, oh, listen to Paul now. Oh, what do you say?
It's too much. So what happened with me and Adam, because my name's Adam, the two Adams, we eventually were like, yo, we had similar tastes in what we think is good. And we put a show together, and we did a lot of them. And I think we can still do one of these days. I think we can pull another one off again. And actually, we'll talk after this. But I want to show the trailer, okay?
Go ahead.
I'm going to put the trailer on. So everybody watching, I'm going to show you a little trailer of the show. It was me and Adam and Chrissy Cocktail. We had some other gals pop in later on, but I'm going to show the video now. So everybody sit back and watch this. those days?
Wow. Oh, yeah.
I have so many good memories of those shows. I'm going to tell a quick story, and then you can embellish this. Because when we first started doing this, we put together an act, and I think the Coney Island Aquarium is the first gig we actually did. Right? Paid gig. We did the aquarium, an outdoor little corner. And I remember we didn't rehearse, but we all had our own act. And it was going to be you do one, I do one, and then a couple of them we assisted each other kind of a thing. You remember that? It was outdoors. That was our first kind of show.
Or was it at the that Magic Club and not the Magic?
That was the
Theater
second
in
or third.
Philly.
That was the second or third. Because then we still didn't properly rehearse. Hey, Peter Benedetti. We didn't properly rehearse, but we rehearsed in the car.
We would talk over what we're going to do.
Yes.
And, we knew the scripting.
Yeah.
So we knew where we wanted to be. And like you said, each of us had our own individual acts.
Yes.
But the trick here was to make it as interactive as possible. So to bring the three of us on stage as often as possible.
Correct. And we wanted the show to play large. We wanted it to really play large. And okay, so then we did a couple shows, and we were like, okay, this clearly works. People seem to enjoy it. We're pulling it off. And then we took it to the sideshow convention in Pennsylvania.
Right.
Now, this is where it got wacky, because we got booked to do it amongst the peers of the sideshow and all the tattoo freaks on a key night. I think we were booked Saturday night at like 9 p.m.
Yeah, we did.
Right?
We had like a prime slot.
Prime slot. We did the show. We killed it. It was fun. Then we partied all night. And I remember, I forget who told me and you. They were like, yo, there's a sideshow breakfast in the morning.
James Taylor.
Yeah, he's like, you should show up. The master of sideshow, or he's a master writer of sideshow. And I was like, nah, dude, I ain't going to that. It's too early.
It's early.
Yeah. And he's like, no, you should go. And I was like, nah. And then I was like, oh, wait, maybe they're like, we won something, or I don't know. So I said to you, I think we won some sort of like award or something, because they told us to show up. Yeah. So we got there and tell them.
And so, yeah, we get there and they have, different speakers. We keep in mind, this is probably 9, maybe 10 in the morning out in the Poconos.
And for sideshow people, this is not good.
Right. I mean, sideshow people really don't function before noon at the best of times. And, so everyone's there and James is speaking. And they had different speakers and whatnot. Yeah. And then they're announcing the act of the year.
Yes.
And sure enough, it was us. It was New York Variety All-Stars.
I really was shocked.
And, we got like a little trophy. It says, a sideshow convention act of the year. And that was the last sideshow convention that they ever did.
Wow.
So, we took that cup and
we still
walked
hold
away.
it?
And I still have it, of course.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, wait, my camera's off. That's okay. Yeah, someone said, yeah, I'm
back.
Just putting them on.
So, yeah.
I really, my mom told me that. My mom's watching. Hi, Mom. And my sister, I think, is watching.
Hey.
Amanda Jensick's in here from Coney.
Hey, Amanda.
Yeah. Peter Benedetti. Dan P says, went to Coney Island in the summer of 2008, and I think RealMan hosted the event. Probably.
Could have been.
So that was clearly, I think what we were bringing to the sideshow was a level of professionalism and people who really, I always tell people, I can work with you more than anybody because your ego doesn't get in the way. If I tell you I don't like a bit that you came up with, or you tell me something ain't working, I'm like, oh, okay. Why? Because you explained to me why, and I'll explain to you why. And anytime we've done a project together, that's why it worked.
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, I have a great idea, and I go, that's not going to work because of these reasons. You're like, oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's start. It's just like a no-brainer. And you did the same to me.
And it can always be tweaked.
It can always be, yeah.
Everything is tweaked to the point where when we got on stage, it looked beautiful. Yeah. I mean, again, it was knowing where the other two people were and what the other two people were going to be doing.
Yeah, it was
so
awareness.
That the stage looks full.
Yeah, it was awareness of that. And then I think what we did with All Stars is what Toilet Boys did. We took something that plays kind of smallish and is considered something for a smaller setting, like a Coney Island mini theater, and we envisioned it on a big scale by limited means, by our simple props and what we had. And Kevin Scullin is in here. He just popped in. Hey, RealMan, great, glad to see you. Will you both talk about your sold out shows at the Mishler Theater in Pennsylvania? Yeah. Yes, because because of our show being able to play big, we were getting booked at big venues.
I mean, we did theaters on Long Island. We did the Vale Levitt.
That's right.
Which was a small theater, but we sold out a couple of times. The Mishler out in Altoona was a big show. We opened up for the Nathan's hot dog eating show. How
about this, folks? That picture.
That was from the Nathan's show.
So that probably is the largest magic show I've ever done. Us doing one stunt. We did the Disappearing Girl and double fire blasts.
Right.
In front of the Nathan's hot dog contest, in front of, I don't know, 12 to 14,000. Who knows?
That was a huge crowd.
Yeah, that's probably the largest magic thing I've done, for magicians. And it's because we got it. We knew to approach the project with a certain mindset, and it worked.
That was an insane day too, because I remember we went out the evening before.
Yeah.
And they wanted us there for whatever reason. I don't know that we even, teched or anything. They just wanted us there. And, seeing the space as a raw but scaffolded space in front of Nathan's like weird. And we got back the next day for the show. Listen, we get there, if call time is 8:00, we're there at 6.
Yeah. That's why I work with you. That's why we do well together. We're both like that.
Exactly. Call time is like suggested because it's 2 hours early no matter what.
Yeah, most sideshow people are 2 hours late.
I know. And I got there. I got a great parking spot. We're about 40 minutes from our set, and they make an announcement. If you're parked on this block and this block and this block, you're going to get towed. Oh, there were no signs up when I pulled in. Now I'm freaking the hell out.
I remember.
Now, what the hell? We're on at 45. It could take me 45 minutes to get a spot. My car is loaded to the gills. As soon as we were done off stage, I was driving out to North Carolina.
That's right. Heavy Rebel.
That's right.
I remember. Oh my God.
I'm freaking out. As it turns out, I got a great spot. But after circling for a few minutes,
there are thousands of people.
Streets are closed, and you can't get down this block. You can't get that. I got the spot. But your heart is palpitating. I'm literally running back to the Nathan set. I got my credentials. You're showing my no, I'm supposed to be in there. They let us in. Got on stage. Boom, killed it.
It was insane. I remember.
Got back in the car and left.
So when you're breathing fire outdoors, you got to make sure the wind ain't blowing in the wrong direction or your goose is cooked. And we're on the beach and we're breathing fire, and there's two of us doing it simultaneously. You were the guy calling it. I remember I was supposed to look at you, and if it was windy, you were like, no. If it wasn't, you'd say yes.
And since then, New York City got crazy with fire.
Yeah, you can't do it, basically.
Now, you can do it, but you need the credentials to do it. You need the license. You need the certificate. You need to call FDNY in advance and have them do a site visit. They would never have approved what we did in that photo today.
No.
Too many factors. Just not enough space, and they're crazy now.
Oh, yeah. Thank you,
and rightly so.
Yeah.
There have been, luckily in New York, there really haven't been any major league accidents with fire eating.
Yeah, but somebody got burned recently. One of the belly dancer girls last year.
Oh, really?
Yep. Freak accident. Yeah, it happens. It's
it
fire.
Happens.
It's fire. You've been burned. I've been burned.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the nature of what you're dealing with, which is why it's exciting. That's the whole point.
I haven't done fire in, it's got to be 5 years since I grew the beard.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to be doing it on Monday out at Coney Island. They're having a press conference.
Wow. And you're going to breathe it or eat it?
No, it's just going to be a couple of blasts.
I see.
Just a few blasts, and I know what I can handle it with this
I was
amount
doing
of
it
share.
in that Zavo show in Midtown. There's that Russian place, and
Yeah.
during their Arabian Nights thing, when Serena eats fire, because she doesn't fire breathe, so she would eat the fire and at the end pull it out, hand it to me, and I would do I would do a blast and then it continue.
Yeah,
I don't like doing it, but I do it occasionally.
that's it. I'll do it. I mean, at the best of times, I did it a handful of times a year. And have not touched it in I mean, this stuff it's bad.
It's toxic. Folks, if you're watching, it's toxic. Don't do it with grain alcohol either. You'll kill you and your friends with that way.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're not going to get into the, blends of
the oil
mixtures.
Yeah.
But just stay away. And no matter what you're putting into your body, you're not cognizantly drinking it, but it's seeping into the membranes. It's dripping down your digestive system. It's not good.
Did you ever gig with Jimmy Psycho? Because Peter Benedetti says he's never met you, but we're all friends with Psycho Charger. You know the band Psycho Charger and Jimmy Psycho?
Okay, so I got some great stories.
Okay, tell, because he's a friend of ours. I know him too. He's a cool guy.
So we both got booked.
I'm gonna give you
in Oklahoma.
Wow.
We were doing the Okie Twist Off. We did it 2 years in a row, and it was Psycho Charger and me. And we flew down we flew out to Oklahoma from New York. Jimmy coincidentally got stopped at the TSA checkpoint in New York because his guitar strap was a bullet belt.
Ooh, that'll get it stopped.
I mean, they were inactive bullets, but they busted this guy's chops.
Ooh.
And we're down in Oklahoma now. This past year, Manson, the guy who had booked us in Oklahoma, a good friend of all of ours, he passed away. He passed quite a few months ago. And, it was a heart attack. And he was in the band Billy Joe Winghead.
Oh, yeah.
Great band. And, so it was really just a very, very sad time when Manson passed, but we wound up staying in Manson's house.
Oh, wow.
And so he crammed Psycho Charger in one room, and I think two of the guys had to sleep on the floor. I get my own room with a bed. He's like, no, Adam's delicate, he needs his own room. He knew I'd never sleep on a floor. And I mean, he basically gave us the van that we would drive around town in, and then he's like, do whatever you want during the day, get to the show on time. And those are the only regulations.
Wow.
So
I love it.
Gigging with Jimmy was terrific, and he's got a great project now, the Jimmy Psycho Experiment.
Yep.
Where like the lounge stuff, and he
also has the Sith Fits, which is a Star Wars themed Misfit cover band,
yeah,
which is great too. Yeah, he's a really great dude. He looks really young and vibrant and everything. He's great.
That guy's in great shape.
Yeah,
I mean,
he does it. He lives in, where did he move to? I think
he's in Ohio.
Yeah. He posts great stuff. He fishes and he does all. He's
he's got a farm.
He's doing it right. Cheers, Jimmy. Cheers. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about too is the strongman shows, and also you do magic too. You are now doing magic, and I want to ask you what your thoughts are on it, because you gigged for years doing lots of sideshow stuff, and then you do the walk around gigs now, which, I mean, I've been doing it forever, and I'm curious of your thoughts on some certain things. But the strongman show, how did you get involved in strongman? Because I am involved only because of the milk can. I mean, I would do the stunt, but I'm not in the strongman part.
Well, all right. So it was something that I had an interest in learning, how to do these feats of strength, bending nails, ripping decks of cards, ripping phone books, stuff like that. And this is going back, it's got to be close to 10 years, if 10, 9, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And we get an email at Coney Island from a couple of directors who were looking to film a documentary about a particular New York strongman in Coney Island. And the email gets to my inbox, and I look at this. I'm, oh yeah, this is, yes, we're gonna do this. And literally within a matter of 3 weeks, we set up a show, we promoted it, and that was the movie was called Bending Steel. And it's been streaming all over. It really got, good accolades, and I don't know if it won awards, but it was certainly a really nice document on this one particular strongman, Chris Scheck.
I love that movie, folks.
It's a great movie. We
Look
did like
it
the
up.
promo. We what did we do? It was like the opening night, or
didn't I perform
played part of Tribeca Film Fest.
I did something for it. I remember doing magic.
Yeah. You were there. We did like stage stuff.
I don't remember what
it was. It was the after party for the Tribeca Film Fest screening.
It was. That was what it was. I don't remember the venue.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Bending
but anyways,
Steel.
Probably Bending Steel. So that's the
kinda
name of the
choked
movie.
me up.
It was really a well-done movie. So as a result of that, I became friends with some of these guys, and they taught me how to do some of this stuff.
Wow.
And the show that we did in the movie was in the theater at Sideshows by the Seashore, part of Coney Island, USA.
Right.
And the next year I said, wait a minute, that show was great, but it needs to be a free show. It needs to be out in the public where, anyone who wants to come up can see. No one's doing this. I mean, this is really a lost art.
Yeah. I agree.
And miraculously, we got funded and brought the show outside.
Wow.
Year after that, we got funded again and brought the show outside.
Well, one of those I was in, like the second or third, or
you were in both outdoor shows, weren't you?
Yeah. I did 2 outdoor ones. Yeah,
you were in both
beautiful.
Outdoor shows.
They were nuts, dude.
The second one, I remember it was drizzly all day.
Yeah.
I mean, the weather was atrocious.
Yeah,
it was it late August, maybe?
Yeah, it rained, but it didn't stop nobody from coming.
No, we had a few hundred people and these shows are like 3.5 hour shows. We're talking from your milk can escape, which is the first act, to the final act, wherever the curtain call.
Yeah.
We're talking 3.5 hours. We had a core of about, I would say, 2 to 350 who were out there the entire
in the
time.
rain with umbrellas and
in the rain.
Not. Yeah.
And they loved it. And I mean, it was, I would imagine a lot of these feats are kind of difficult to do when a stage is slippery, when it's raining. You don't have, you don't have that grip that you need.
That was the first and only time I'd done milk can completely surrounded. And it was not easy.
Yeah.
That definitely made it harder. But I gotta say, those were like rock concerts, and I'll never forget them. They were really wonderful events, well produced. The entertainers were all really good guys.
Well, I'll let you in on a little secret, you and all your Facebook viewers here. If things go well and the grant gets approved, there will be another Strongman show.
You think next summer, next spring?
I think within the next couple of months. But I applied for a grant on it. Can't say anything. The grants haven't been awarded yet. But if it happens...
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to do it again.
Dude, that's great. We did one at Rockaway Beach. That was another one. That was a different one. That was sort of a shortened show. Yeah, it was like was like an hour and 30 minutes or 40 minutes.
But that was a lot of fun, too.
That was a big crowd, too. And that was a
it was a huge crowd.
And that was a rainy day, too. Remember, it was kind of like almost.
It was overcast. I don't know that it rained, but it was certainly overcast.
Yeah.
But I mean, all things. It was not like it wasn't a beach day per se.
Yeah, it wasn't a beach day, but it was.
But considering we had a few hundred people out there, and again, everybody stayed from the start to the end.
Yep. Yeah, they were really
it's
good.
Not like, what is this? I'm kind of bored. This is stuff that's like, you're talking superhuman strength.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people in the world can do these things?
Well, okay, so when I did the first one, that was the first time I had done the milk can, and I was nervous, man. I was like, it was not cool. You can see in the video when I got out or before I get in, I looked nervous. I was nervous.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, they're really wonderful memories, and I'm glad I got to be a part of them. And the fact that they're going to keep going is beautiful.
I hope. I hope.
Well, even if that doesn't do it, I'll throw one out here again. I'm going to do another one again.
Yeah.
It'll happen. Strongman, in that video, there's some stunts that people really don't know about. When Adam's holding two axes like this and he lowers them down to his mouth. Folks, take a hammer, a sledgehammer, anything, and hold it by the handle and just tilt it like this and see what it's like.
Well, I mean, like make sure you have your other hand there, because it will come slamming down.
It will smash your head. And and it's the whole notion of, because it's up high, it's no longer a 5-pound hammer. It's
right. So the physics behind it is you multiply the weight of the hammerhead. So if it's a 10-pound hammerhead,
yeah,
multiplied by the distance where your hand is. So, most sledgehammers will be 30 to 32 inches. Oh, the hand will be 30 to 32 inches away from the hammer head.
Right.
Now, when you lever it, it's all torque. It's all wrist strength.
Oh.
So what you're doing, you're holding your arm out and you're just using your wrist to lever that hammerhead as close to your head as possible.
It's terrifying. I've tried it. It's not cool.
Yeah, I mean, you could, first of all, you could snap your wrist.
Yeah.
Because, it'll just go down. And if you're still holding that,
yeah,
it'll come down with it and snap your wrist. But if you do manage to get it up and lever it towards you, it can come smashing down on your head. And, so imagine I don't know what the force of a 10-pound hammerhead smashing into your head is at that distance,
death.
But it'll leave a mark.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds horrible. I mean, some of the blowing up a hot water bottle, simple act, but let me tell you, watching it live is fantastic. And I've seen you get hurt doing that one. I've seen you get slapped pretty hard.
Yeah. I mean, I have a video that you recorded. It's on YouTube. And I mean, it was that, that I believe was the first time that I actually did it like in front of an audience.
Where? I want to see it. I've never seen it.
It's on my YouTube channel.
Oh, I'll go look
and
it up
it's all the way down.
I can't wait.
And you can hear you just like, oh my God, holy crap, oh my God. This is what you hear the whole time.
I mean, every time it would happen, I would run out in the audience and he blows up the hot water bottle. It's like this big.
It gets
boom, and it explodes, and these large rubber shards go flying, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, over the years, I've it's sliced me here, it sliced me on the neck, on the arms.
Yeah,
you don't know when that's gonna pop, and
that's what it is.
It goes, and that's it.
I love it. I love simple. I like. And you too, I'm sure. I don't like some performers would do the hot water bottle. And their solution to take such a boring, simple act to make it exciting is to try to give it some clever premise. Sell some elaborate story. But your version of it, and what I would do too, is to do it as it is. I'm going to blow up a hot water bottle. But it's not that. It's how you're doing it. It's the music and the look and the thing and the climax, and it's pure and it's real. You're not trying to add a layer of bullshit to it.
That's it. I mean, what I figured out is when performers really kind of have a crappy act, add fire. You can, because that's what they're going to remember.
Yeah.
And that's basically, if you add fire to anything, they're going to remember the fire. So they're not going to remember how crappy the act was. They're going to remember the fire.
Right.
And, I mean, some acts, like when we did the Blast the Nation at the Nathan's show, that was the climax of the act.
Yeah.
So she comes out of the box, hands us the torches, boom.
Yep. End of show.
Act is over.
That's it.
But when you're putting fire in every other smaller act, why? I don't know.
I don't know. People make terrible decisions with some of their showbiz choices. When in doubt, at least even for me doing magic, just don't be clever. Be yourself and do what you say you're doing. I'm going to make a quarter disappear. Really? Yeah, look, I have nothing in my hands. Look, it's gone. Oh, what? That's it.
Right.
Your character comes through that,
Yeah.
Now, with magic, what do you think, now that you've been doing magic gigs, what's your take on it? Because it's hard for me to have a take on it at this point. I mean, it's just part of my deal. I don't even have to think about it. When you started doing these walk around gigs, doing just magic alone, no sideshow, what was the thing that you noticed first, or something that was a little challenging, or what was the, tell me, I'm curious. This is something
well,
I never knew.
let's preface things by saying I am completely not a card and coin guy.
Right, you do more mentalism stuff too.
The stuff that I'm doing is really more, mentalism, more mind reading, that type of stuff. A little, psychokinetic, type thing here and there. But for the most part, I mean, overcoming, believe it or not, it was for me the most difficult thing was overcoming the fear of getting caught.
Yeah, well, that's it. You're right. I mean, that's
because, I mean, again, with magic, the goal is to fool.
Yeah. They've got to say, wow, that just happened, and I don't know what happened.
Correct. Like, how did it happen? And they're trying to, peel away the layers and trying to figure out, how did he do that? Let me see if he looked to here, if he did this, if he held it like that, if he,
Yep.
But with the, I can do walk around swords, and it's the same pattern that I'm doing on a stage. This is how I do it. Take a look. It's nothing fake. Strongman acts. I mean, I can, rip a deck of cards right in front of you.
You don't have any on you there, do you?
I'm not going to be able to do it. I've got it. There it is. You get to keep the cards. So they're watching. I'm explaining
There's nothing hidden
to them.
Nothing hidden.
Nothing hidden.
Magic, you're showing them as nothing hidden, but you're
but you're really hot. Right, exactly.
Yeah. Kevin asked if there's anything that ever went wrong that you had to cover, if you've had that happen yet.
Tons of stuff goes wrong.
Exactly.
Tons. Tons.
They might not know, though. That's the thing.
Sometimes they know and sometimes they don't. But the idea is, if you can fix your mess, I mean, it's blatantly obvious.
Yeah. I mean, I had it too.
This effect, this trick did not work.
Yeah. Oh, that didn't go.
Okay.
You're thinking of an apple?
On.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. I thought it was an orange.
And we're going to move on. It's you move on. You can certainly call attention to it.
Yeah.
But it's not the be all and end all. And I mean, this is, hey, we're having fun here.
Yeah. And I tell my magic students, I'm like, I want you to mess up a trick soon so that you know what it feels like. Because it ain't that big of a deal if you don't make it a big deal.
We've talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
Where you have a juggler who's on stage and a good, I mean, you can take the best juggler in the world.
Yep.
And inevitably, they will drop the clubs, they'll drop the knives on purpose.
Right.
Why? What's the answer?
To remind people
how real it is. Exactly.
That's it. Same with mentalism. A lot of mentalists get a few things wrong on purpose too, just to make it. Oh, speaking of that, you taught me how to tear a phone book in half. It's a mixture of strength and physics, right? And I got good at it, but it hurt my arms a bit.
Yeah.
And one time,
it's strength, it's technique, and it's up here.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and you taught me, and I was doing it, and I put it in my show. And at one point, it was a Jewish temple in Long Island, believe it or not. I think it was a Purim party, and I go to tear the phone book, and I'm just not pulling it. I don't know what it was. I wasn't in the zone. So, I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put it down. I'll do it at the end of the show, hoping they would forget about it. I finished the show. I do my straitjacket, and I forget what else I ended with. Good night, everybody. What do you think Rabbi yells out?
The phone book.
That's right. I'm like, damn. Hold on. So I'm like, here we go. It's not working. It was really embarrassing. And then I tore the thing and they went nuts.
See, that's it.
It really paid off.
At for a level of theatrics, failure is good.
It is.
And I mean, I've had this conversation with strongmen, and they disagree. And the reason that they disagree is, you're a superhero on stage. No one should ever see you fail.
Yeah, I disagree.
And from our perspective, you and I, we say theatrically, you will play stronger and better if you fail.
Clearly.
Right.
Whoever says that has no idea what the rules of drama are. They don't understand tension and release.
Right.
They also
Right.
don't watch pro wrestling and sports.
Right.
Because sports are exciting because people fail.
Yeah.
And yes,
You know-
we're superheroes when you do a stunt, but everybody wants to see the superhero have a hard time.
Of course. I mean, listen, we go to the circus, we watch the high wire act, and we wait for them to fall.
Well, that's
You know?
yeah, that's it. When I did the milk cam for the first time, I walked out and I remember the wall of cameras, and I knew that that was going to make me a little nervous because I had never done it live and I didn't know how fast my heart was going to beat to burn the oxygen. So, and I remember I said, my first words were, "You all came out here to see me die, but that ain't going to happen today, folks." That was my first words.
Right.
That's it.
And that's exactly it. You know, we watch the sword swallower with the hope that they mess up. I mean,
It's sick, but this is a real thing.
It's human nature.
Yeah, people like seeing people struggle.
Yeah.
People like, but then if you can overcome live, you're the hero now. You've done it live in front of them. You've had a problem. I was doing straitjacket at Cutting Room. This is not that long ago. This is like 3 or 4 years ago. I got my left arm out, right? And it's here, but I'm soaking wet with sweat. I can't move my arms. They're inside the jacket, stuck to my body. And I was like, holy crap. Now, I looked at the audience, I got on the mic, and I said, folks, remember I told you this is a real straitjacket escape? You're about to see why. This is going to take a little while. And it was really like, holy shit. Again, I finally got out, and, right? It works.
But
even...
the applause is probably double.
It's double.
Because they didn't think they
really saw a real moment.
Right. Of course he's going to get out. Yeah. But when you admit defeat, you're like, all right, something's wrong. I'm sweaty and my arm ain't moving the way it should. They know it's real.
And I said it, folks, this is real.
Yeah.
This ain't no act.
Yeah.
But they're never going to forget that.
That's it.
And if you can succeed, you really win. And I try to use those experiences that I've had or you've had or anybody I hear about having and really try to think about how to use that energy in other acts. Yeah. That tension and release.
I had a gig over, it was a bat mitzvah during the pandemic. All right. Yep. It was an outdoor thing.
Yeah.
And I was doing the water bottle.
Okay.
And let's keep in mind, during the pandemic, my beard was, pretty damn long.
Beyond Santa.
This was like Gandalf.
It was Gandalf meets ZZ Top meets
I don't even know what. And so when you do the water bottle, you really need to get that good suction around your mouth, and I didn't have it.
Wow.
And the water bottle was getting big, and I'm huffing and I'm puffing and I'm blowing this thing, and it won't pop because I hear the air seeping out. My beard was too thick. I couldn't get the suction. So every breath that I'm putting into it, it's coming out.
Oh boy.
And this is the last act of the show. I finally just I just released the water bottle. It flew out and landed. And I said, "Hey, everybody, thanks a lot." And I don't think they knew the difference.
Yeah. They were like, "Oh, okay."
Well, he blew it up. The thing got really big.
Yeah.
It didn't pop, but okay.
That's hilarious. I saw you once have a hard time. I did. I saw you one time. We were doing a show, and your face was slippery because you were sweating. Yeah. And you couldn't hold it because he has to not only blow it up, he has to hold it.
Exactly. It's holding, and that's where the grip strength comes in.
Yeah, he's squeezing the heck out of it like this.
Yeah, and if you're sweating, you're not gonna. It's just gonna slide right off.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's intense. But this is part of the deal. This is life. If you're in show business, this is how it works.
That's it. It's listen, you're not going to play every note perfectly.
Exactly. And you can use that to your advantage. You can't tear a pack of cards on you, can you? Do you have any cards? Because, dude, I've been trying to learn how to do that, and I still can't do it. And my hands are strong, and I still can't do it.
With that, it's conditioning.
Yeah, I just have to do it every day.
That's all it is.
He can take a pack of playing cards and just go, and that's it. They're torn. And there's not a trick to it. There's a physics and a.
Again, it's it's physical, it's strength, it's technique, but it's overcoming the pain and the fear. You know, I mean, you've got a grip on that deck of cards. You will not let go. When you first learn how to do it, the cards are going to start ripping into your skin.
Yeah, that's what it does
ripping,
to
you know,
me.
eating into your flesh. And it's a matter of,
I think
okay,
I can do. Hold on, let me see something here. Hold on, I think I have.
I'll keep talking. And then if you want, I'll go get a deck of cards.
Like, look, this is like 20 cards, 15 cards. I still can't. Every now and then I can do it. I do it. You taught me 2 different ways.
Right.
You taught me this way and then this way. Yeah.
I haven't done this way in a long while.
I can't believe you can do this. This is only like a half a deck. And then you taught it on the circus thing the other day, and I still was like, oh. Ugh.
I gotta. We'll
my
grab
God.
a deck
Yeah.
over here.
I mean, it is intense, folks, that he can do that.
But I mean, it's, you know, again, it's conditioning. It's knowing how to hold your hands, knowing, you know, where to hold them, and working through the pain. Because when you do it, it'll, like I said, it'll grind into your hands.
Oh,
eventually,
God.
Eventually you'll callous up and you'll be able to do it. But doing it, you know, initially is rough.
Yeah, it really
hurts.
is hard. It's really nuts. The phone book I got that I really did start to strain my arms.
You'll feel pains. It, you know, sort of in like the front bicep here.
Yeah.
A bit. And then when I remember when I first started, I would continually hurt myself here. And I'd have to lay off for a while, and then, you know, it heals up, and you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. Until...
If you, like you said, if you really want to learn some of this stuff, you'll learn it. But you have to want it.
So here.
Oh, you
just
have
like
All right, here.
Just like magic, the cards appear.
Oh my God.
So what we'll do is,
folks, I'm telling you right now, there's no BS here. I've seen him do this thousands of times.
All right, so we got to make sure, first of all, that the case is completely empty.
You just buy used casino cards because they're just...
Yes, well, they're right. These are brand new used cards. They're brand new to me, but they have been used in a Nevada casino.
Right, in one game, usually.
In this case, I believe it's the Santa Fe Station. So we can get a close-up of that here. Santa Fe Station. All right. So now what I'm going to try to do is I'll show you the cards. You know, we're not going to, you know, literally count all 52, but you can see that this here is a full deck. They come in, you know, new deck orders: spades, hearts, clubs, diamonds.
Oh yeah, that's the full deck.
That's a full deck right there. All right. Now, sometimes they give me jokers, sometimes they don't. Like I said, it's a brand new used deck. The jokers aren't on the bottom or on the top of the deck. Then the only 2 jokers are Cardone and I here.
There you go.
So, all right. So now you got to learn how to grip the cards. All right. So I'm going to hold them in my left hand.
Right.
Hey, there's my little
I'm
cat.
doing this with you without them seeing it.
All right. So I'm going to hold it in my left. You got to put 2 fingers on the bottom like this. You want these 2 fingers to sort of, you know, brace the cards in.
It's about halfway.
Yep. Just like that. All right. So that's what it's going to look like.
See, look, I'm doing it with you. Look. Okay.
All right. Now, I'm going to take my right hand, press the cards against my palm like this. My thumb goes down and my 4 fingers go around like that. Now you can see.
That feels horrible.
I just want to make sure that I can see that you can
dude,
see. Okay,
no
good.
way.
Now, I'll keep the mic here. My arms sort of like in an awkward position here.
Now, which hand is going backwards?
I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to bring it towards me, ripping through 52 cards. Now, what I want to explain to everybody here is that I'm going to keep the cards. First of all, I'm going to keep them in full view so that you can see that I'm not, you know, separating them or I'm not fanning them out. You know, you've heard stories of people fanning out the cards and they'll do it sort of below the sight line. I mean, I can't even figure out how to tear through 52 cards by fanning them out.
People are saying your cat's cute. They're
yeah, she's all right there. She's having some eye issues now, but all right. Anyway, so we're going to keep the cards in full view like this. All right. Thumb on top, curl the fingers on around. My right hand is going to come towards me, potentially ripping through 52 cards. Ready?
Yep.
Look right over here. This is where the action's going to be.
Watch this, folks. No weird gimmick here. This is real. Oh, dude, that's ridiculous. It looks like he's cutting a candy bar.
So that there, we're in, for all intents and purposes.
Just that alone's ridiculous.
I'm done. All right. We're done here. But I've started this, you know, like I've given this to people and they still can't manage to rip through. So let's go just a little bit more.
You did that to me once.
All
I mean,
right.
it's like butter. It's like not even.
And we got, we're about halfway done. We'll go a little bit more. And now this is my favorite part when you listen to that snap. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the snap, but I'll bring it really close to the mic.
Wow.
You hear that?
Yeah, it goes crack.
Yeah, that's my favorite
Damn,
part.
ladies and gentlemen, that is really cool. I gotta say, I love it. I think it's really weird. Now, we only have a few minutes left. And I'm not going to be on live on Friday. I do 3 of these a week. And Friday, I'm still in busy season, technically. And I'm sure, Adam, you're getting busy, too. Dude, my gigs are flying right now.
I'm glad that, things are picking up now. And, I'm still fairly cautious, selective on the gigs that I will and won't take.
Yeah.
But things are picking up.
Yeah. People are ready to party and start doing events. And I was looking through my stuff, and I had a few of these.
Vintage.
Yeah, and I'm going to give one away tonight. So here's how it works. If you're in this chat right now, and there's at least 20 people in here right now. All right, so if you're in the chat, we're going to ask you a trivia question that you technically can look this up, right? They could quickly Google this. So if you know the answer... I doubt anybody's going to know this answer. You got to be a nerd like us to know this one. Because I've done this. Someone asked me once, and I was like, bam. So it's going to be who's the fastest to Google this, and whoever writes it in the chat first. But you ready?
Unless there are some real fans out there.
If there's a real fan out there, you might be able to just blop this in right away. Here it goes. How do we word this? Name every single official Ramon. That's it. Name every single official Ramon. And there is an official list. First one to write it in the chat, I'm sending you a shirt. And I do have a couple sizes still, so hopefully we have your size. If you do it, you win a shirt. I mail it to you. So we have a few minutes. When I see it pop up, you will be congratulated if you're correct, and I will mail this to you. Did you see this cup? Somebody who watches Clownvis's show sent this to me. Oh, Helen's in here. I don't know if Helen's in here tonight. Yeah, they were like, we have a present for you. And now me and Clownvis have matching goblets. So now, tell them about what you're doing on YouTube. Because I put Adam RealMan's YouTube channel in the if you're looking here below, in the description, there is his channel. Like and subscribe. What is your show about? Tell them what it is.
Okay. Well, I mean, it is certainly for a niche audience right there. It's a show about record collecting. I mean, mostly record collecting.
Dan P, you're wrong. Go ahead.
We veer off into different directions and stuff, but for the most part, I talk to other record collectors about their collections, about why they collect, what they collect, the grail pieces that they have been looking for, that they own. I mean,
Joel said Tommy, Joey, Johnny, Marky, CJ, and Dee Dee.
Oh, he's off.
Nope.
Close,
but no.
No All-Star shirt.
That's it. Nope. Keep going, people. I'm gonna die when I see who gets this one. All right, keep going.
So that's basically the show. It's people within the music fields and industries, DJs and this and that, and we just chat. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's really runs similar to this show where it's just a conversation.
Yeah, I like those. I always tell people, now yours are canned. You record them and then just upload them, right?
Yeah. So I'm on Zoom. I record them and then I just post them on YouTube on Monday mornings. I
see. And this show here. Oh, yeah, he didn't Google, Joel. Well, without Googling, you did very well. Like, that's good. So this show, I don't do live guests all the time. It's very rare, actually. Usually, it's just me and the camera and the chatters. Oh, here we go. I think we have a winner. We do. Lazarus.
Right, let's hear it.
Lazarus, Joey, Johnny Ramone, Dee Dee Ramone, Tommy Ramone, Marky Ramone, Richie Ramone, Elvis Ramone, and CJ Ramone.
We have a winner.
All right, Lazarus, you have to send me your address. Yeah, everybody has to Google Elvis, but he is an official Ramone. Tell him who it is.
So Elvis Ramone played one show with the Ramones. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was at City Gardens in Trenton, New Jersey. And Elvis Ramone, a.k.a. Clem Burke. Clem Burke was the drummer for Blondie.
And he's good.
Oh, he's great.
He's one of the star players.
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw him when Walter Lure, before he passed, was playing at the Heartbreakers LAMF record. It was Walter Lure, Wayne Kramer.
Wow.
Who the hell played bass on that? Was it Tommy Stinson?
You know what? I'm going to send, listen, Lazarus, you're getting a shirt. Joel, I'm going to send him something too, because he actually didn't Google anything, and he's gonna. That's pretty good. So Joel, you're gonna send me your address too. So Lazarus, send me your address. Joel, I'm gonna send you something special. YouTube, Cardone Magic. All right, go ahead. So.
Yeah. So and Clem Burke was playing drums with that band. He was terrific.
I'm guessing the Ramones, for some reason, whoever, I don't know if it was Richie at the time or, they must have just needed a drummer in an emergency.
Yeah, so this was when they were in between Richie and Marky's second run.
Right. Yes.
So he was sort of asked to leave, left because of his drinking, and then Richie came in. Richie evidently was having problems with the merch.
Yeah, he wanted just a piece of the pie because his name was on everything.
And they said it's a business here, and no.
Yeah, he was a hired gun.
And he left and went into obscurity for a while.
But it's weird because here's the only thing. He was writing songs too.
Oh yeah.
Like he wrote Warthog, which I didn't know. He was like I think he was part writer on Warthog. He did some.
And I believe he did Somebody Put Something in My Drink.
Yeah, so he was kind of a key player at that point.
I mean, for the few years that he was in the band, but he really is sort of the forgotten Ramone.
Yeah,
in that sense.
I mean, CJ, he still is around and stuff.
CJ, he moved to California, I think.
Yeah, and he does shows here and there, and.
Yeah, Richie came back around a couple of years ago, did a couple of shows. I haven't seen him live. I never saw the Ramones with Richie.
Me neither. Just Marky.
So I saw them. I started seeing them with Dee Dee and Marky.
Yeah.
And they're back in 87, 88-ish, which
you proposed to your wife at a Ramones show, correct?
I proposed to my wife at the Academy show back in, it was March of 94, March or April of 94.
Yes. That's beautiful.
Yeah. We were up in the balcony, and
that's so
that
cute.
was it.
Yeah, I mean, that's beautiful.
I've seen the Ramones over 40 times.
That's great, dude. That is just,
So,
they really are magic to me, and still are. I'm never bored. I was listening to her earlier.
Yeah, there's just, I don't know what it is, but
they
there's
embody
something
rock and
about
roll.
them.
The real version of rock and roll to me.
Yeah.
It's hard, it's soft, it's pretty, it's ugly, it's
right.
doo-wop, it's heavy metal. They did a little bit of the whole, and anybody
bit
that
of
says their stuff all sounds the same is an asshole and doesn't listen to their records.
Correct.
Because
but I think the most endearing part for me, one of the most endearing parts of the Ramones is that they were all crazy.
Yeah. They were all like autistic savants in a way.
And Monty, their manager, tells the story, and this is my favorite Ramones story.
Yeah, tell
about when they were touring the country in their van.
They were in South America, I think, or somewhere.
I think it was Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And they stopped off for gas and to go to the bathroom at a gas station in Texas. And a local goes over to Monty, who's their manager, and says, "Oh, you're so sweet for taking care of these nice retarded boys." And I mean, first of all, you can't say that today.
I know.
That's
what she said. That's what they.
But